All right, we are recording. All right, so this is obviously a little bit different than most of you guys might be used to. If you're hopping on YouTube, we're as a group kind of going through different sectors and different watch lists because we've expended a lot of the stocks. I think that so I'm doing it inside of the Discord this time, so everybody can kind of contribute. Um, but obviously, with some stocks moving as hard as they have into new highs, it's time to start building a new watch list because we have a pretty, I think, exhausted watch list. A lot of the stocks, tech stocks especially, ripping to the highs. So let's this Sunday, I'm hoping we're going to be able to put together a watch list of new sector, empty space fueled, maybe earnings because I think the earnings season's coming around here if I'm not mistaken. All right. Put some tunes on. Why? Fuck yeah, I'll put that on. Remember, you can mute my shit if you don't want to hear it. All right. Well, I don't really see any need to go over the ETFs this Sunday. Obviously, I actually haven't even looked at futures. I did swing some speculative puts, but okay. So you got a gap. Okay, man. Ooh boy, that tells me everything I need to know right now. You're gap down, step on 2650. That's a open in range. So automatically this morning or this weekend, that right there, and I'm gonna preface this with that. That immediately tells me that tech is at least for now going to be in range, and there's not really much that I'm gonna do with that at all. That's usually where I go ahead and, in fact, one of the rules that I have is an open in range is where I do not trade. Like if I was trading futures, I go right back to bed. Oh my gosh. Why do I need 50 bands for to fix my teeth? Yeah, I got my jaw's worth, 20, 29 bands, 28 bands, something like that.
It's so cute too.
Oh, wow, that's different. Happy Sunday, what's up? Yeah, implants ain't no joke, dude. I had some pretty serious stuff, so what about RTY? How do we do on that one? Okay, gap down. So basically, everybody can look at what we're seeing today as a retest and an open up in range. So I I love being able to start it like this is dead ass where I just don't unless we move down and the open looks different. There might be some day trading opportunities on that first gap down because you're going to establish the range, but after that things will get really really tight. And I feel like price needs to consolidate like that. So, what's happening with all those puts Friday? You said the Q is ripping. Why is QQ ripping? Dude, QQQ gap down, so it's probably trying to go for a gap fill before the open. Mike, that's my guess. But I, yeah, I mean it's they're gonna narrate it however they like, but the reality is that QQQ or NQ rather, is this is profit taking in my opinion. You just had a fucking generational run up to the highs. It makes sense that you would open up in range like that. So all right. So you guys obviously if you have any charts that you want to look at, but I'm looking towards like consumers and stuff like that. Nike and Baby Joker dropped a little watch list in there with some empty stuff. So if you guys have anything you want me to take a look at that you've already done your charting on, or if you're charting something and it looks good, it's got empty space, those of you guys in the Discord, you guys are welcome to open up and talk about it, or if
Hey,
you want
Bar, I got a question
to,
for you on futures.
uh-huh.
Um, looking at the higher time frame to establish the major supports and resistance, like you were
Uh-huh.
just looking at, I think, NQ right there. So
Yeah.
that I get that, I understand that. But when you go down to a lower time frame, do you include the wicks,
Do
or
I
is it only if they line up across multiple
like
times?
like it so like in this example, the candle closes right here and the wick is perfectly off it, so naturally yes, that wick would be included.
Okay, so if you're looking for an entry, because sometimes I'll go down to like the 2, 1, and 5 to see look for an
Uh,
entry on a longer move. and the wicks seem to be respected. Is that just my imagination, or
You
am
said
I
on the
not
lower
seeing that?
time frame?
Yeah.
Yeah, the lower time frame, the all of those wicks that you see on the higher time frames, they're touching something that adheres to the lower time frame, but not it doesn't change the decision making process of the higher time frame. Because that's the one that ultimately rules if you're going to get in or not. So Tesla
Okay.
is
I was just making sure I wasn't imagining things.
no, no, you're good. Yeah. Points of contact. Yeah, if it touches, then yeah, put it on there. Um, most tech stocks like IBM, INTC, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Meta, I'm probably done with those. I mean, again, this is how I navigate. I know when something, let me see Amazon real quick. Good job, you got your mic open. I muted you. Yeah,
I
stuff
was
like
just
this.
gonna.
Hey, it's all
I
good.
was gonna.
What's up?
Oh, I was gonna send you IBM too, because it looks
Oh,
good.
well, I mean, if it looks good, I'll take a second look at it. Yeah, things like Amazon, guys, if it's, and this is again adherent to my strategy, if it's done this, I'm done with it. You know what I mean? Like, that's when I'm done with stuff. And that's how I keep myself safe because after every big rip, no matter what on any stock, big rip, sideways. And that's what I expect. I expect exactly what you probably see right here out of Amazon. That may mean for the next 2 months, I'm not looking at anything tech related, or month, who knows? But am I trading individual stocks or the options? I'm trading the options. I do invest in individual stocks and stuff like that. Like Elf is actually coming up on the radar right now. It had a good rejection on Friday, which again, I'm okay with that. But yeah, like I use my strategy to invest. So how to view each sector? What do you mean? How to view each sector? I mean, most of the empty sectors. I mean, I like if you go look at like utilities are flat, right? Communications are flat. It looks like industrial services are flat. So you could like go and start there and look at utilities like NEE and look as the other half of the market has ran, these haven't. At least NEE hasn't. It's been in range, which means that when tech is done going and starts going in range, we're looking at going somewhere else and probably into sectors and stocks that you probably have never even heard of. It doesn't mean that some tech are not gonna, IBM might look good. Yeah, like IBM has a good setup. That's not bad at all. Yeah, exactly. Dude, I watched your YouTube Thursday night and went 3 for 3 with it on Friday. Let's go, dude. I love hearing that shit. But yeah, IBM, I mean, this could be put on the watch list for sure, right? You could kill that right there and then just mark out those horizontal marks, your box right here. So what do we say? 260.50 psychological number. Set an alert on the box. Looks good to me. Yeah, looks good to me. Amazon has a lot of empty space. What do you mean? Down? Sure. But I'm not. So this is a mistake, and I'm sharing this lesson with you now. A mistake that I have made. And I'm not, if it goes and it breaks down underneath, like this is what I'll do for Amazon. Straight up. If I want to go short on something and be confident that it's going to run. So listen to this. If I'm going to be confident that it's going to run, it needs, and this takes patience because red candles pull you in. But the reality is the things that you've built on, right? So you can see Amazon obviously has built on top of this structure over here. That's the kind of thing that I want to see price close underneath. And then I'll try to trade it down. But it's these floors that ultimately will decide whether if that continuation is going to happen. And that's where you get a loss of structure. One of my best shorts that I've had in the last, 3 years was right here actually. Price popped out, and I had been talking at this point for weeks about how many times we had gone up and how many times we refused to make that new high, and that if we held it, I would go short. I was talking about this as we were going into the highs. I said, I will go short if we put in all of this work and go nowhere. So price pops up, price hits 635, and then when we pop down under, and I almost got stopped out the next day, but I took my short here, long expiration, aiming down to the 580, 590 area, because I knew that if price had popped out of something that you had been fighting since November to break, and then January you finally do, and you spend 4 days up at the high before you immediately fall back down, I'll go short there. You know what I mean? So it's like you look at Amazon and you look at the empty space underneath us, and there's space to trade down 100%. But this retest would likely go here, then you bounce, then you get heavy, then you leak down, but then you retest, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, one thing I try not to do, I'll do it on a stock that's falling and bounce it like we did off of Snow. Like Snow was a great trade, but that's the kind of setup that the market's meant to go up. So naturally, when something hits a floor, it's a lot easier to buy than trying to short something just because it's high. You know what I mean? So you thank you, because my little $1,500 showed me that I made the right decision. Hell yeah, dude. How do you choose your stock? I'm struggling with that. It's all setup based. So like he just brought up IBM. IBM has empty space. So this would be added to a watch list of stocks that I'm watching. Listen, this is something I don't want people to overcomplicate. If it's a widely traded stock and it looks like it has dumped fast and it's not moving up. Now it's starting to really push. And that's good, right? Because there's empty space here, there's only a structure here. So I'll use this right here to get in so I can capture this. That's it. I mean, if I simplified my strategy, that is literally how, and I don't, the more money I make, guys, and this is something you could say I'm still figuring out. The more money I make, like this week, coming off of the last 2 weeks, I feel, obviously it's nice to have a large chunk of money in my account, but it's also just nice to know exactly how I did that and then look to repeat that. How did I do it? I looked for empty space on all of the stocks that we were trading: Amazon, Netflix, or Nike, UPS, all of these stocks. I mean, UPS is still technically going. Um, but this is how I find these things, and it's just looking at the same stocks that you're looking at, but it's looking for a large amount of empty space. UPS was a perfect empty space trade, taking it out of consolidation. Like you start talking about my strategy out loud, it sounds really simple, but that's the whole point. But it also means that you're spending sometimes, a week or two on the sidelines, because we are going to hit a wall, whether it's on tech or something else. We're going to hit a wall, and price is going to start doing funky shit, and it's going to make you think it's going to go down. Then it's going to rip right. This is where I don't want to be included, and it's important to remember what strategy got me here. You know what I mean? It's like, this is where it's really important to know that you can make a shit ton of money off of a small investment if you focus on what exactly. And that's where people are, unfortunately, this week. I already can tell. I know it's going to happen. I mean, it happens regardless, but like, people are going to end up extending themselves into lower time frame trades because the higher time frame trades may dissipate. And that's, again, a disciplined trader is going to recognize that. You go back to like how Mark Minervini and all these other championship traders trade, and they're not in front of their computer, weekly, not even monthly. Sometimes, they show up a little bit later, in the month, and take a trade, and then come back a week later and they're done. So, baby, but I taste like a man. How do you deal with volatility? I want it. I want volatility. So I have a preconceived notion of what exactly I'm like when I take a trade, I know like where my targets are, and I expect volatility or volume to seep in or push us through these empty space pockets. So it really it's we do have some earnings this week. Anybody want to post that earnings live? Saving some bread to join your membership in 2 weeks. Sambo, let's go. See if you can maybe make that bread. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about using AI to trade? Not to take my trades yet. It's not there yet. But I don't mind it finding me stocks. There's a couple people who are working on that right now. So thanks, boss. Yeah, let's take a look at this. I'll show you guys on TikTok how I find earnings place. If we find one. There might not be one. Dance like a man. She a nice lady and she's shaking her booty. Um, no, but like I think this is actually another good example. If you look at ALK and look at where it ends, empty space, big ass green candle. You know what I mean? So it's like that kind of that's what simplifies it. You know, I guess in my opinion. But the AI podcasts are dope. I'm jelly. I didn't think of that. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm also, not somebody who likes to sit and do podcast yet.
Hefe,
What's up?
I have a
Thank you.
request on one that's making me scratch my head a bit.
Okay, what's that?
FISV has earnings coming up.
SISV.
FISV. FISV. Prepare to be amazed, Hefe. Ah, scratch your head. Ah.
Hmm. Fuck off. What happened to them?
That's why I'm scratching my head.
1 second. I gotta grab this. Oh, okay. Apparently, AI can run $20 to 14K in 28 days. That sounds like you saw an advertisement. I don't. If that was true, bro, I'd be on vacation right now. All right. So I mean, not to overcomplicate this one, but I mean it. This is almost where I would want to do a little bit of fundamental research, like what the fuck actually happened. Let me actually Google that.
Looks crazy, huh? It's like they just died.
Yeah. Shares dropping from 230 to 65 following disastrous Q3 2025 results, severe guidance cuts, and a leadership shakeup. The company, which now trades at $64, reported slow growth partly due to issues in Argentina and its fighting against lower investment sentiment. I don't think that's really that big of a deal. Damn. Okay. Well, I mean, honestly, that's not that fucking bad in the world of fucking stock shit. So something like this, I mean, I don't aim for the whole thing. That's what I just don't, unless you're looking at an equity purchase or some ridiculously long leap. But I typically, once I find, the structure that needs to be reclaimed right there, I look for that first immediate like overhead. So like it'd be target be 72. Um, and it would almost, because it fell so fast, you would have to like mark targets out like that. But I mean, this is where I'm gonna be honest with you. It's tough to. I think right now it's not really a head. There's no reason to scratch our heads because you just did punch through this box, and until we climb and reclaim what's up above us, like that would be where you could look at a longer expiration play. But at some point, there's some of these stocks that I've taken that are beaten this badly up, and they go right, and all of a sudden investor confidence surges and people start gravitating towards them. um and it's oftentimes these sort of structural setups that make it happen. However, it's tough to interpret how volume will come in. If confidence isn't there, then you're going to, that's why a longer expiration would be best. I mean, obviously, with all that empty space up there, you're going to need to be, maybe some people might even look at $100 strikes, 9-8 months out. So does anybody know what he's thinking about the ETFs? I listen, you and this is, I didn't have as many people on live earlier when I said this, but I'm going to say this again, because I'm telling you how I'm going to save myself. And I'm not, listen, you do what you want, but at the end of the day, you're responsible, again, for whether or not you're adhering to this strategy because this is how you're making your money or not. And looking at NQ, I have a rule. Okay. One of my rules is that I do not trade in range. And one of the first signs that I am not going to be trading, at least the ETFs and their counterparts, is if you open up in range inside. And not only inside, you're dead slap fucking center in the middle of that candle. So I'm just not having it. And listen, this is years of pain. This is years of pain, right? Of trading something after a big rip. Your confidence is high, the market's screaming, and most new people think it's just going to keep going. It's not going to happen. So one of the first signs that I see is that a candle opens up in the same range that it operated in before, which basically says this, right? You've got guardrails here and you've got guardrails here. And in order to break those, what do you need to do? What do we need to do in order to do anything? Even if it's momentary, we need to build. We need to go sideways. So if I'm trying to break a previous day's low and previous day high, I need to have a catalyst to circumvent the need for volume because volume is flowing steadily, or I need to go sideways and build that volume. And so I confidently, and this means I set my alerts and I walk the fuck away. I move on, and what we're doing right now is literally looking outside of the sectors that we've been trading in, because we just saw in a matter of 1, 2, skip a few, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. We saw 11 days of just straight face ripping, and what should only the hungriest of hippos are going to show up. Fat pigs get slaughtered. You show up to the feeding trough after a bunch of food, you're first in line. So we had this big rip. So where is that money heading? That's my question. Not to say that we couldn't go make new highs, or not to say that there couldn't be a day trading opportunity to trade it on a pullback, but a lot of you shouldn't. A lot of you should be focused on higher time frame trades only, because you want to take that next big step up in your account, which I'm not. I mean, I don't care how much money you have. I also want to be a part of that. I want to make sure that I'm not making my life more difficult on myself when I just pulled more than fucking, I pulled some people's half a year's salary out of the market, the last 2 weeks. So it's like, dude, at this point, I'm waiting and I lay in wait. What happened? Don't you ever shave that stash? I don't know if I actually like it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Can you tell me when you decided to grow that? Tell me what you were thinking when you decided to grow that stash. I was thinking I didn't want to change the razor blade on my fucking razor because I cut my finger open and lost a gallon of blood. That's why.
That's the spirit, Hefe.
Scared me. I'm scared. You the birthday? Nah, you're the birthday. You're the birthday, Tony. Listen, the stash is here for special purposes. It's the Resonator, dude. I'm exaggerating. It wasn't a gallon. It was enough for me to get lightheaded. I was like, damn. Pop myself like a fucking balloon. All right. If you guys have anything you want me to take a look at chart-wise, let's do that. I'm going to keep sifting through this earnings setup. I think UNH.
CPRT.
That sounds like a condition.
No. CPRT uppies.
I had a really good year last week. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. You said CRPT, right?
Sorry. Yeah, CPRT uppy.
CR. You got to say that one more.
No.
Retarded.
CPRT.
Oh, damn. There you go. That's good. Yeah, that's good shit right there.
Juicy.
That's juicy. That's fucking juicy right there.
The cons are like 15 to 30 bucks.
Juicy. That's even better. What's the spread like? Those are good.
Like $5 a pop. 10 the most that I've seen apart.
That's
Not bad.
That's what we want to see. Yeah, that looks good. First target would be would be around $35. Let's see. Do we have any clear rotations inside of here? 1, 2. People with everything. We got everything. Yeah, I mean, this looks good over $34. Especially any sort of candle closing or pushing outside of 34.35. Target would be 35.36 first, but ultimately with that empty space, that's not bad. That's not bad. Let's see if I can find anything else.
I think they have earnings coming up as well.
Do they really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It says it's in May. Is the market going to dump on us? How long between discount codes for the 6-month workshop? I mean, it could be. It's random, dude. Usually, when I make a big bag, I throw a discount code out there because I'm feeling it. The yearly's discounted right now, and that has the workshop with it as well. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is great. Let's write that down. Write that down.
Write that down.
Write that down. Write that down. Yeah. Listening to you guys while I'm grilling steaks went from over $200 to over 8,000 this calendar month. Bet that's fucking nice. Valhalla Farms, let's go. How far out on CRPT? What do you think? What do you think? Give me your best guess.
CPRT.
What did I say? I'm not going to pronounce it right. I can give you good analysis, but not
Mondongo.
Mondongo is what I used to call it, dude. 2 weeks. 2 weeks sounds about right. That's right. 40 weeks? Damn. All right, that's a little bit much, but he's really light. No more. UNH gonna make me cry? That'd make me cry too, brother. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. This shit, yeah, dyslexia is going hard. I have it. I've never been formally, but streaming and talking has definitely let me know. Copart is a great company too. They just basically have monopoly on car auctions. Oh, let's fucking go. Potter, where are you playing baseball today? Looking fly. Uh, that's actually mad funny because I look like the kid from Sandlot right now. That's mad funny, except a mustache. Don't make fun of my mustache, guys. I'm gonna get off live and be all fucking self-conscious and shit. Save it off. I'm trying to do something with this. If you guys are on TikTok, be sure to tap your screen. I appreciate you. All right, I'm gonna take a look.
Waterby crew is gonna run up the price on CPRT calls.
Oh, shit, pump the calls. GE's dead. See, I don't fuck with GE. I don't really like that one a lot. RTX. How's that? Nope. See, it's so easy, and once you really get the system down, your brain knows exactly what the fuck you're looking for. So you just don't even you don't even give it the time of day. Like fuck that. Like why would I ever? You know what I mean? Not for a drop of blood. Why would I do that? DR Horton, dude, I hope that company crashes and burns to the ground. Yep, nope. So that's again, no empty space, no me.
Did you have a DR house?
No, I don't. Thank God. My house was built in the fucking 60s or some shit like that. How many of you guys on TikTok are in Georgia, by the way, or in here? How many of you guys are in Georgia? Is anybody in here in Georgia? I work in construction. DR is the worst. As somebody who did restoration work, I crossed paths with their work, and it was awful. Damn, dude, you guys are all over the world. Yeah, yeah, you're right. He did have a stash. You're correct. He did. Holly Burton. Bro, you ignored me and I told you I will be in Savannah this Friday, 24th. Oh, dude, no shit. Listen, I might be at the U-Pick farm, dude. You could that's where you could come and meet me at the farm, dude. That's where I love being out there. That's my favorite place to be. It's a U-Pick strawberry blueberry farm. Yeah, come pick my berries, baby. Pressure in my pressure when I do my synchronicity. Didn't that shit fall like somebody's mic is open right now? Seven Hood. Your mic is open. One of the worst purchases I've made. I hope that somebody takes them to court and sues the ever living fuck out of them. See that? Oh, that almost caught my attention for just a moment there. That's actually, I mean, you probably could still make. Nah, I'm not gonna fuck with it though. It's either clear or it's not. Picking someone else? No, yeah, you could. Your buddy's dad and grandpa own that company? Are you serious, Benji? Get us some of that. Get some of that insider information, buddy. COF. Upwork. I saw that one on my last week. I do like it. Something about it is fishy. You know what I mean? Like it feels like it's steaming.
Look at that channel it's in.
It's in a good channel. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The weekly. Oh,
What
yeah.
spooks me is that. Not spooks me. I don't want to say spooks me, but like that right there is goofy. It does reverse really well though. That's one thing I can see pretty strong is you get some really, really nice reversals. So fuck it. I mean, if price says yes, then yes. Pressure when I do my pressure when I do my.
What up?
What up, my boy?
How long you guys been in here?
Maybe 25 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah, cool. Cuckoo, kachoo.
Uku kuchu, nah.
Alright, is this the only place you're live?
Nah, I'm live on TikTok, but you can talk.
Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't know.
Nah, everybody's
Check
being
YouTube.
I'm not on YouTube. Is he only taking requests off Discord? No. I'll see if they're cooking anything up. This does look good. 1186 would be a great trigger, and then 1218. Definitely want a good expiration, but it's not as clean. This right here is just a little spooky, you know. I guess that was earnings though, right? And that was the next morning. Yeah, that was 8 a.m. So you had a lot of whippy price action, but yeah. Does it cost to get in your Discord? It does, Valhalla. The goal is hopefully that you've made the money watching me. So that way you have the choice on whether you want to join our Discord in the first place. But yeah, it is to be inside of this Discord that you hear people talking cost feet pics or money or both, depending on what tier.
Ooh.
All right. Anyway, dude, you know how many people probably unfollow me because they're like, these guys are talking about fucking feet pics, dude. But I just scrolled here.
Imagine how many people actually followed you for it though.
Yeah. Yo, Steph, by the way, congrats. I saw your DM last week. I think I hearted. Yeah, I hearted it. Cannon Beach in Oregon though? Is that what you're talking about? Cuz I've been there. I love Cannon Beach, dude. That place is fucking beautiful. Your chart is correct for the most recent price action. Bam bam, bam bam. You could probably encapsulate all of this on the weekly together. Oh no way, you're in the PDX suburbs? No shit. Have you ever seen? I used to work for. I did high-rise window cleaning downtown, and then I worked for a company called Deluxe Hardwood Flooring. Um, yeah, I was all up in the PDX. But the chart looks pretty good. I'm not exactly sure what the hell this is. ASPN. Sounds like ESPN for booty. No, just kidding. Let's see. Aspen Aerogels. Interesting. Energy conservation. All right. Anyway, listen. And just to kind of go back to what I was saying here. Yeah, like that is definitely your most recent price action. I think giving it the whole range wouldn't be a mistake either, right? Just to kind of get that weekly range, because that's exactly what it is. And guys, this is great. Like, it's so good to see you guys dropping requests or charts, and it's very clearly exactly even if it's not necessarily a stock that we'll end up taking, it's you have the right idea. And that's right there is already narrowing your watch list down and cutting out all of the bullshit. If you love Oregon, you would love Washington State. Oh, I lived in Woodland, Washington. I lived in Woodland, Washington for almost a year. Oh, I miss that foliage out there. That's so green. That's beautiful. Yeah, I miss it. I'm not gonna touch UNH. No, UNH is not for me. But this does look good. I like this. Now I want to see. Okay, so that's what I want to see. I want to see that price moves when it's in these boxes, whether that's up quickly and back down, or if it's just period end of story. So it looks like we have a move coming on ASPN. Period end of story. We'd like to see a weekly candle close outside of 390. 24-hour candle close above $4. Well, this looks good. It is moving down right now, so you might have further consolidation. But a lot of the times you'll go and hit that floor and create an uptrend there, so it looks good. You should bring in that same from really. Which one? Oh, NVO. I'm in Vancouver now. Oh, you in Vancouver, Washington? Oh, no way. Yeah, dude. Vancouver's a nice little spot too, man. I dug Vancouver. We just were, we were far away from family, and COVID plus the rain, like winter season. I'm not gonna lie, it knocked us out. That was kind of what got us. We're like, we're gonna go back to the sunshine for a little bit. Also, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was starting to actually make money, like in the markets, and that's the reason that we were able to move. Um, yeah, I was doing pretty good, and at that point, I was like, I kind of want to wake up at a regular time. I've been waking up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning at that point, and I was like, we could do with a little bit of regrouping. You have a lot of twins messaging me. Yeah, real quick, guys. I will never message you. Listen. My grandma just texted me yesterday and said I need to hear your voice. Okay, so I'm not adding you. I'm not. I would love to have a conversation with everybody, but I just don't have the time, and I don't have any copy trading. Uh, I know some of you scammers in here, Potter sucks, copycats. I know that's disappointing.
Potty B.
But you're gonna have to. Dude, you know what? If you're a scammer in here, listen to me. I've got a great opportunity for you. Listen to me really close. Lean into the screen. Come here. Go to Alex Trade Stream. Just do it there. I'm just do it to Rusty. All right. Anyway, NVO. This looks okay. You know what I mean? It's not the cream of the crop. The way that it moves is a little sketchy, but retesting wise, you've done good, right? You're holding it up. Yeah. Please just know, I hope your trading is doing well, but I'm not going to message you to find out. I can't. It's just physically impossible. I'd have to get a bot or something. Not to say that my care couldn't stretch leaps and bounds, to all people around the nation, but I just can't. Just watch you on TikTok and YouTube. Are you asking people on Discord? You guys want to say hi? Everybody say hi.
Hola.
I don't know. I feel like I can fucking ask her.
Dude. All right, Jorge, stop. Fuck, dude. I can't get this guy. This years now. Your server muted. Well, you left your mic open, dude. I heard voices, and I don't know. Sound like spaghetti or something. All right, now you're unmuted. Don't say anything weird. All right. Am I live on YouTube? I'm not live on YouTube. I'm recording it for YouTube. I swear to God, am I recording it? I am recording it. Yep, I'll post it as soon as I get off. All right, let's look at some of these charts. What do you got, Joker? 20 in a tank. Give me 5. That's a PayPal. That's not bad. Good. What's that? 32 bars, 33 bars, 15 bars. Oh, this is Upwork. It's not bad. I just go off of I want it to be real empty, but I do think this could work out given the breakup above. It clearly does like a good reversal, so it's not a bad setup. Don't take it off the watch list. Just lay it down. Fast market. So too big. All right. That's what she said. But this is where you are correct in encapsulating the entire range, right? And if funny enough, what is this stock? What is this stock? Fast market. Love.
Southwest Airlines, LUV.
Right. Yeah. So this is actually a bitchin' setup, and it's gonna be the only time you ever hear me talk about a pattern. Now, I use my strategy to get into anything. It doesn't matter what pattern I see. I don't care how beautiful it is, but I love some good empty space with a nice inverse head and shoulders, doing a handstand. Not bad. So while it may not, and not only that, you could find, uniform. It did get pulled back down underneath that. So that's, shocking. But I think that this could be a good candidate to lift back up, and how it fell. So this is how I'm going to find it out. Peep game. All right. This is how I can actually start to you can't see the chart fully. I'm sorry. There you go. So I mean, this is actually where I can This is a beautiful moment we're having right now, guys. Look into my eyes. So start with the 24-hour, okay? We're going to do top-down analysis right now. So those of you guys who are learning, focus. Empty space, structure, right? Yes, we're going to say inverse head and shoulders. I know, no, but I give it the credit that's due. But how the fuck do I get in? It just retraced 50% of its candle, right? That's the biggest question that you should have, or you most likely have when you get into something or see something that looks like this. The first instinct that I have is obviously we're going to drop down to a lower time frame, and I'm going to find out where you just broke out from. That's it, right? I want to know what did you just work for? Boom, 42.14, right? Maybe the 2 wicks right there at 42.40, but I can find out, right? You're not getting anywhere. So we'll go ahead and draw that box right here. See what I'm doing? So now I know, obviously, where we need to stay above. This is important because if these things are lost, then I can go ahead and chalk that off the watch list, right? Not for me. However, before any good rip, oftentimes there's a really nice pullback. And with this empty space leading to a 40, now what is, oh man, my toes. Oh, my toes are busted out of my shoes right now like fucking grub worms or something. Yeah, that's not accurate, but 46.55. This shit gets me amped up. 46.55, gap fill 47. That's beautiful, right? It looks like the ask was way the fuck up at 45 too at the end of the day. So the next question is how the fuck, excuse my language, but how the hell do we get back up, right? And over an area that sellers clearly controlled. I drop down again. All right, perfect. So now I can see that price is and did fall rapidly. I don't really need to pull much else from this because everything is virtually the same. The only thing I'll like to do in these areas is like if I see a wick like that, I'll pop that wick up there just to see. Obviously, that's an area you could retest. Go to the 30-minute, right? That wick is 50% of the dump from here to here. That's I don't need a ruler to tell me that's fucking 50%. That's 50%. Mic's open. Oh my god. Oh, we'll server mute. If you need me to unmute your mic, Kim, there's a down. I think you're brand new to the Discord, but there's a little mute button at the bottom. Let me know when you do that, and then that way you can unmute yourself if you need to. All right, so we got that covered, right? We have our price marks, but this is empty space. It fell fast. Now I want to make sure that it's really empty, so I'll move down, and oh boy, 3 minute, oh my god, 2 minute, everything is everything, right? So now I'm going to piece this back together, focusing on the 5 minute time frame first. Looks like love put us together a little love box right here, 42.55 being the future cost basis and 42.90 being the top. Preferably that would have been an entry. However, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So it would be these lower time frame boxes. Now that 50% mark is there. So now we interview. How do I get into this? The stock is going to tell you at this point in time what is required out of you. Clarity is only on the 3 to 5 minute when it comes to identifying structure inside of that empty space. Why do you need structure inside of empty space? Or why do I need this structure? To get in, to have a solid stop loss that price is going to respect. So that way I can align myself with an area that's not going to stop me out. So we'd like to see $43 broken, maybe stop loss 43, or maybe right here at 43.22. But ultimately, after the 50% mark of that is broken, which is right around that 43.50, that is where price will accelerate. Now, again, pointing out the pockets of weakness, right? This is empty too, with a little green candle right there. That's empty. So this is going to allow for price to move fluidly through an area that might have convinced other people that it was going to be impossible, right? Or convincing an area of people that it was going to continue moving down, which is exactly what you want if you're going long. You want people to think that it's going to go short because squeezing those individuals out makes our job that much easier. So By the way, I'm just going to repeat myself. I do not have any copy trading accounts. I'm not going to message you. None of that shit. So please keep a good fucking screw your head on. I'm not going to do it. All right. All right. Let me see them charts, guys. This is Sunday study group. So if you're inside of the group right now and you got charts that you think suck or maybe don't, that looks great. That looks great. Good empty space. Good yeah, it's Procter and Gamble. That's a good setup. Good chart. 1, 2, 3 off the floor. It's a little. I bet you there's a channel down there. I almost guarantee you. Right there. Pop, 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 and then right here. But that being said, who cares? Whatever. The empty space target is up above you, so that looks good. How about this? If you don't post your chart right now inside of the Discord, you're banned. No, I'm just kidding. That would be pretty wild, wouldn't it? But seriously, post your charts. I want to see them. Baby Joker's charts are all around me. I'm joining monthly this week. Shoot me a DM when you hop in. That looks good. You know, I've actually made a lot of money on AO, and not only that, my son, whose name is AO, called the last trade that we had on this one. I think it was like 1,000% AO trade. I like AO. Well, never mind. Macy's and me broke up. I actually dated a girl named Macy in high school. Yeah, we broke up. I no longer participate. That fucking looks great. And AO will get it done. Yeah, that's a good one. Do you teach that breakdown in a workshop? I need to see that a few times. Yes, the workshop contains me breaking this down in the same fashion that I just describe it to you, especially when we're doing top-down analysis. Yeah. How do I send my chart directly? I'm a part of the Discord. I'll tag everybody right here. Post your charts. Yeah, this is how you're going to get better. And this week, again, now that I'm not just jumping up one day and saying it, this week, if you're in my Discord, you paid me because you want to be an independent trader and you want to be able to do this on your own. You want to be able to post fire charts, see and identify fire trades without anybody else. And that is what I'm going to do. So when you show up Monday morning, you better have a chart and your analysis. I really, really recommend that posting your chart and then using voice to talk, pace around your room for a few minutes and talk it out. I'll read the whole thing. Maybe. Yeah, this is my focus here. Every single year I've had a new goal with the Discord in general. And it's always been profitability, right? Obviously I want to get everybody else, and it's important to me. And Neil, I'm not going to lie, you know, shout out to Neil. He's Junior was there too to watch the ass whooping, but Neil, you know, called me 3 Guinnesses deep out of Barcelona, just reminded me of the goal that I've had for, you know, up and up your mic is unmuted, my boy. But just reminded me that is essentially, you know, as much as people want me to give them signals and tell them yes, and this is go long and take this with me, I know that that's not helping, and I know that it actually gives people a lifeline to hang on to something that doesn't work, right? Which is just signals and following somebody. And so not to say that I'm not going to elaborate on what I think looks very good, because that's what this group is about. Us as a collective navigating the market together. But I want to see your charts, and I want to know why. I want to know why, and be confident enough to explain it without being scared of being wrong, because every time that you don't act or don't give yourself the opportunity to be wrong, you cheat yourself out of a very valuable lesson. You're cheating yourself out of another leg up in the right direction, because it's only through trial and error that we start to really be able to apply the things that we're learning right now. And so it's like you got to dive into that uncomfortability. Fuck it. Why? Life's too short to be keep your mouth shut or be shy. Be shy in real life, but not here. You know what I mean? Like, I want to hear. I don't care if you think everybody else in here sounds smart and you think you're dumb. Stop it. Why'd you sign? You're not dumb enough to be here and already be navigating it. So go ahead and speak up. But all right. Anyway, AO looks good. We're passionate about it. That's how we feel about it right now. 21-23 looks good. Now entry is going to be tough. You actually want this to. I would prefer a pullback. In fact, I think anybody in the right mind would want to pull back, and you'd probably want price to pull back into here and then punch right back up. But this is a great setup. Are you guys getting together tonight on Discord? I'm on Discord right now. I have a few accounts following me, impersonating you. It's been a lifelong fight, man.
Potty B.
I'm gonna clip that so you can just hit a soundboard.
Yo.
Wow. Yeah, I will not. No. Be humble. Sit down. Yes, actually, you know what? High stakes, you are fucking absolutely correct. And I actually didn't think about that until just now. So shout out to you because you just brought that up for me. Circle looks fucking great. Yeah, dude. So that's one. Remember, I said that this one's. I stopped out of this one. So TikTok, this is your opportunity. I lost on this one. It did not work out. However, this is going to be a great example. Exactly. This is a great example of still seeing the trade and knowing that it can get it done. Price rips, right? Price dips, price rips. It has what it needs. It has the empty space. And what is it doing right now? It's packing its fucking bag. I love this setup. I love this setup. And I'll tell you what, I would love it even more. Just like my dad said to me, right? Is if it pulled back. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. We got to stop inserting dark jokes into our strategy. $99, right? Would be the first, would be an area that I would love to see retested because ultimately that would give us that, bow and arrow type pullback to shoot and fly up here. But it looks good. It looks really good. You can't see my chart on TikTok? Oh, I'm sorry, TikTok. Yeah, this looks good. Oh my God, dude, these scammers right now. Stop. Stop it. I tried to join during Easter. It didn't take. What is it? Does the monthly subscription get you access to the study room? Yes, but your mic is going to stay muted, all right? And that's only fair, again, just because people who are in this Discord have taken the workshop. I want you to be able to see what's going on in here. That's what the whole purpose is. But you're going to have to you can type out your messages. You can ask questions via text, but I don't want people who don't know my strategy or don't even have an idea of it, having the ability to unmute their mic because again, that's something that people have worked hard to not necessarily do, but to be able to communicate with us, you got to know what we're talking about. So study room is locked. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll get you in there. Big cash. Okay. You should be able to in just a minute, all right? From that Woodlawn Park. All right, see if you can get in now. We've been locked for days. Oh my God, no. Try now. Oi, oi, oi. All right, we'll try now. Yeah, try now. Did you make up with Rusty Rod? No, fuck him. But in a friendly, funny way. But not really. Like, I hope he is really cold, like it's 50 degrees, and he hits his shin on his coffee table if he can even afford one. Yeah, that one's done. What was the stock on that one? High stakes. PBM. We should look around some psychedelic stocks. Actually, there was one that I bought. Oh man, that was a year ago. You got a couple? I bet you sound like you do. Sound like you were real, real ready. Oh my God, I said that and immediately got banned. The yearly I tried to join during the sale, but it was waiting for confirmation. You have to hit apply on the actual code. The code is somewhere. I saw Ivy streaming. I think they're feeling a little bit better, man. Yeah, if you're looking to sign up with the yearly, then you need this one right here. That code is the yearly code. Just screenshot it and then copy and paste it into your photos, and then or copy and paste it from your photos and just put it in there. But Epic Cademan, shoot me a DM, bro, because there's actually a quarterly for people who have taken the workshop, and that does. So maybe shoot me a message, man. I'll see if I can hook you up. But there's a dude on this app, Trading Futures with Your Strategy, saying he's the best on TikTok. Probably. Are you talking about Rusty Rod? Probably. But yeah, that's fine. They can think they're the best. I'm not in a competition with anybody else but myself. Reddit looks good. Let's see, Reddit. As far as this one is concerned, though, my boy, it is very much giving pump and dump. So I would, you know, again, this is actually something I just avoid completely, entirely. And yes, there is structure there, but the wicks fill that empty space and eliminate the ability. Mind Med, that's the one. I actually had this one. Mind Med. Yeah, no, that's Mini Med. What is the ticker on that one? I don't know what the ticker is on that one. Can we see Tesla to go short? Doesn't sound like a great idea, but underneath 388, that would be better. 388 needs to be lost on the 24-hour time frame, or you need to be underneath 382.75, and you do have a great opportunity to short it down there, but not now. Not when something's ripped up. That's right, MNMD. One of my buddies was man, he was so good at finding these psychedelic stocks. That was not what the fuck I was. It's DFA. Oh, that's crazy. It took me straight at there. Damn, it's got empty space up to $33. I think they're leaders in that sector. I'm not exactly sure. I was once in your Discord in the early days, 2020 and 2021, but left because life did not allow me to trade. I wish I hadn't left. I'm still here, brother. Still doing the same exact shit. No switch up on my side, my boy. Echo, if you hear an echo, then you need to mute We Did It stream. I want to say something right now, but I don't know how you. There's an Indian man actually
I'm up.
by my mailbox right now. Oh, that's
Mom.
my neighbor's Indian. Why is he gazing in my window? Okay. Oh, his family's here. Oh shit, dude, he's got a big ass family. Did I get bullied again? Oh my god, dude, I got banned for bullying. You grew and I didn't, but I'm back. Dude, I'm right here, brother. I'm right here. All right, what else do we got? Guys, I know Baby Joker's not the only one cooking right now. You see Baby Joker? That's my
Yo,
little.
bro, I've been up for like 4 a.m. just hammering empty space.
You got, yeah, and you know what? That's what I expect out of every single goddamn one of you. I'm just kidding. Didn't you get the homework? This looks great though. Dude, I love having those days though. Sometimes when the kids and Peyton are off doing something, dude, I'll just like spend 6 hours like fucking solo charting. Ooh, yo, that knife is ballin', Steph. I love that knife. What are you about to make? Stew? I was thinking about stew while I was in the hot tub earlier. Me and my family are sitting in the hot tub, and I said out loud, I had an impulsive thought. I was like, this is like human stew. My wife just rolled her eyes at me.
No, I'm just making dog food.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I used to feed my dog. Well, I still do, but I used to feed her a completely raw diet. But dude, she loved the dehydrated goose heads. But man, it was creepy buying them. Yeah, them dogs are eating. Study time with Junior. Oh, your chart is perfect, man. Your chart is perfect. That's a range. That's empty space. It looks perfect. Yeah, your charts look great. I'm a little
Turned it
sick,
off for me?
Poppy. I'm a little sick, Poppy. Can you roast my chart on SoFi? Sure. What are we thinking over here? You want? How do you want it, Ivan? You want the full heat? You want? Do you want me to? Do you want me to just treat you like I'm like a little angry at you? Just know that I'm gonna be in character though. He wants the whole enchilada. All right, you dumb piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, yo.
What the fuck is this, right?
What are those?
What? This is a range though. Over to your left.
myself right now.
No, all right, don't say that, dude. Don't say that. We're on TikTok.
I'm looking at the
We're
fucking.
still on TikTok? Are we still rolling?
Yes, we're
I'm
on
looking at the
TikTok.
fucking tree outside my house.
No, dude, no, the tree. No, don't do it. Don't do it. So come back down. Come, but listen. I gotta take you down low so I can bring you back up high.
This is Ivan's mom. He's already dead.
Anyway, so the range is up above you, right? If you're establishing those as range, fair enough. If you're marking these out as boxes, then obviously we can't accept those as boxes. However, that I'm willing to bet on the lower time frame is a box, right? That is a bounce retest off of what looks to be the imbalance inside of this big bounce. I'm just eyeballing it right now. Open up.
No, that one was a range, Poppy. I forgot to
You
put
gonna?
it on the chart. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good, man. I was just messing with you. So let's dive into this a little bit more.
I'm just getting a fever right now, so I'm not really thinking right now.
Love you, baby. Go get comfy. All right. Got to tear you down so I can build you up. That's right. That's the PBS method right there, baby. So 24 hours.
As long as I get better, Poppy.
Dude, that's the whole goal, man. I just want you guys to get better. Especially you right now, since you're sick. I literally want you to get better. So, literally. Okay, so you have a small range over here to your left. Did you break that? You did pop out. You tapped. What's okay? So this is again. This is where I'll kind of like really get into like what are you tapping off of? 2015. Okay, got it. And then again, this is the 4 hour, and I'm gonna mark out some of these things. So like right there, I would focus there. See the wick off of the bottom? That's clearly a floor. So let's go to the 2 hour. Okay, now I'm starting to see it. You see it? Look at this. Oh, crispy, crispy. And no wicks, right? Because the candle closes are solid, yet the wicks are off. So we have a floor now established at $21 from where we're currently at. Now let's look over here. Okay. So that range is currently the same range that we are battling with a 2 hour 1988 candle close. Dude, somebody just drink the Discord? What was that? Anyway, so with empty space underneath you, we can go ahead and establish two things above or right now. One, you are still bullish. You are still holding the floor of $19. So it would be fair to have a bullish bias now. Looking at the hourly, we can also see that what we're testing or what we tested on Friday fell with pretty much empty space, right? Quick fall here down, but also falling back into this structure directly underneath us, which this is again focusing more on like what we have right now, because ultimately this is what's going to help you maintain the current control. Do you see how it's confluential with the structure you have? Like literally 1903 is the floor, would also be if you were to gap down or something like that, most likely where you would open up. All that being said, one, right? 1, 2, and no 2 yet. So ultimately, I think that this is something that's still developing, but because of the empty space in between it, at least up to, let's say 2050, right? Right there, that's still well, hold on a second. Yeah, that's still a decent probability to get up into that mark. Ultimately, I think the goal for you is probably more than that, and that's to get SoFi back up into 477. And that would be something that you would use these entries that I'm giving you down here to get into now, before you get outside of 22, essentially.
I'll see you guys tomorrow, Papa.
You're going to bed,
Gotta
dude?
get a break. Dude, I'm like 5 melatonins in deep.
Oh my god, dude, seeing magic dragons right now.
Oh no, dude. I'll
Yeah.
see you guys in the morning, Papa.
Call me in a little bit and I'll finish that lullaby for you, okay?
Oh, very nice.
Oh, Papa.
See you, Junior.
Good night, dude. I posted a chart in Sunday charting. I can't post it. Okay, I'll take a look at it.
Appreciate it, Potter. I was struggling a little bit with the channel. My dumbass was thinking of putting the channel on a higher time frame until you went on that. Yeah, until you went to that 1 hour and you showed me that controlled channel. And
Well, watch this.
I was like, yeah, I was trying to do something like that, but it just looked weird to me. I was like, nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, a lot of the times that's my little cheat code is I'll go down to the lower time frame, find the channel, and then zoom out and expand. And it's usually a pretty solid way to, damn, that shit's sexy, to find that. Tell Ivan to get the sturdy rope. Oh my god, why would you say that to him?
Send me the link, bro.
Plunger, I miss you too. Whoa, Plunger, where are you, Poppy? Where's Plunger? What do you mean you can't join? Okay, you should be able to join. That's Plungy. That's Plungy, dude. You know, Plunger is actually the dude who inspired me to start looking at the bigger move. I got so fucking tired of watching Plunger hold trades to 10,000, 1,000%, and some shit. And I was like, dude, I gotta zoom out. He held his trades he would hold his trades probably too far sometimes, but he would it inspired me, dude. Cause I was like, dude, I gotta stop fucking penny pinching over here with this strategy or with this strategy. I gotta start letting my wings spread, man. Actually, there's one time I still remember that message you sent me, Plungy. Inspirational. And he hits the half pipes, and he hits half pipes, dude, which is not a rug reference, by the way. He's a snowboarder. Okay. Baby Joker, what's this? What this? That looks, man, I tell you what, though, that fucking looks crazy. See, that's the kind of stock that more than likely, if it does go up, would just be going to like all-time highs. See, that's an inverse Head and Shoulders, too, Joker.
It should look diabolical.
It is diabolical. And actually, you know what else is pretty hot about this, dude? There's a gap.
The range below it?
No, there's a gap right here, boss. That's almost, yeah, dude. That's almost a fucking guarantee that this thing is probably going to go into all-time highs. I mean, damn near. Let's see where you know what? That is fucking amazing, dude. I love this strategy. I say that like I'm detached from it or something, but that's beautiful. Good empty. So, I mean, this is something that, let's say, this is actually something that I think, like Jorge pointed out the other day, that like I like to stack or like layer my trades. You could trade this with weeklies up into like 364. Again, I don't know what the options look like on this one, but you could also use that same goddamn entry to grab something, maybe 3-4 months out and look for all-time highs on this one. That shit looks fucking great. And I tell you what, I'm familiar enough with this stock to know that it is repetitive in its consolidation periods, so that's not bad. AMGN, this looks like an all-time. Now, again, this is where I feel extremely deeply that stocks leave behind tag notes saying we will fucking be back up here. And that right there, that gap down, no fill, that to me is a no-brainer. And you grab this floor, listen, like just put yourself in the boots, shoes, Sperry's, Jerusalem cruisers, whatever. Floor gets reclaimed. How long have you been sitting here? Right? Let's see, from March 26th, and then you had 3 days where you dump on the the 4th, 5th, and 6th, pop back up right back into the same consolidation range, and now you're sitting up at the highs. That's bitching. I'm in Sony. Yeah. Plunger, you remember Sony, dude? You remember swing trading Sony, dude? That thing was so sick, bro. I mean, not that it's not sick now, but man, this thing that's about when I started trading it. Yeah. Back here. Yeah, and boy, this thing would gap up something stupid. AMG daily squeeze 2 times it. No shit, is it really? Okay, yeah. Let's I know so many tickers that got slayed and left to the side. Yeah, I'm writing AMG I can't even say it out loud. I'm so dyslexic, dude. This shit's fucking me up right now. Oh shit, hold on 1 second. So Jinx, let's look at your chart real quick. He's out the high.
Guys gotta go on the cage.
That looks great. Remember Melly calls? Yeah, dude. Melly was sweet. And then what was it? What was the other one? The fuck. It starts with an S.
Yeah.
It was the same sector.
Come on. Cold out there. Huh?
No. No, I don't want to come in. Tell Farm Boy I had to meet him. This looks really good. I like Jinx. I like that you put it down some consolidation. If you're on TikTok right now, you can post your chart and Sunday chart. But yeah, you got your consolidation marked out here. 50% is where you're stopping at. Your candle closes above it, and it's above 25.33 that you can fill up that empty space. It's a great chart. It's a great chart. I don't know what this is right here. This is trippy. I love it. That's good. I'm trying to remember it right now, dude. It was another there was Melly and then there was SH. No, it wasn't SH. I just saw it the other day and I was thinking about that. Oh, you're right, Farm Boy. I just want to make sure. I unmuted you. You're unmuted now, so. Jamia. SE, there it is. Yes, SE. That was the one. Why did I forget that? C Limited was also another one that was like, yeah, remember? You remember this, dude? Holy shit. That was diabolical. And then people said that no stock crash happened. They have such silent stock crashes nowadays. Like, well, not to say nowadays, but in the last rotation, it was just like all of these stocks that were overvalued went straight the fuck back down to where they started. And that's like Roku, Jamia, like all of those stocks that we're semi-familiar with. Yeah. Oh, sorry, TikTok. Yeah. Jamia. Yeah, Jamia still has some decent plays on it. Yeah. Still trades pretty good. Decent. Not obviously not as high as when I traded it, but I traded it from here like basically up to the top of the cup and then day traded the rest of it. Is hum a box or a range? That is a range right now. No. It's leaving a box. No, that's a range. Yeah, 2 off the top, 1 off. It almost looks like you get wicks right there. See that? Is that wick lined up? If that wick was lined up, I would give it the top of the box and call it a box. All right, let's look at some more charts. Good shit. That's a box for sure, right? I see. Okay, so you're looking for a pullback right there. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, against the box, pull back to the so I mean that could be a day trade. That's a good chart. You're thinking the 275 range? Oh, okay. So to the upside, yeah, that also could be applicable through a punchback. Yes, yeah, 100%. Now it does not lead into empty. Well, you have this box right here, and then you have the immediate one directly up above you, and these two boxes are going to be, relatively formidable. But above 272.80, I think your price target is very, very valid. So. All right, let's keep it pushing here. Let's see what else do you guys got. OG, what do you got? Pop Tart. So that is a range on Unity software. You've got the whole range encapsulated, not a box, but is a range, and you are at the 50% mark. So that is absolutely correct. That would be your first targets. That would be a great target. So I would assume right here. So you see that, like, where that red candle and green candle are together, that'll be the end of your empty space, typically. So mark that out as well. Funny enough, actually, if you were to mark that out, you would have a perfect box. Not an actual box. But yeah, that it would be literally right there, dead slap center in between your two targets. So good shit right there. All right, what else do you guys got for me? Do a chart request right now. So you are absolute. This is great. Listen, we did it. Pat on your back, right? Maybe give your box a little bit higher, like expand the range a little bit to the tops right up there. But this is perfect, right? This is exactly what we are looking for, everybody. Empty space, consolidation, candle close outside of that consolidation or up against on that third wave, which it's definitely gone through its waves. So this looks great. This looks absolutely perfect. Earnings. Oh, it's no fucking way. That's an earnings play. See, that's some shit. I'll put money on the line if it looks like that and it moves. If it moves, I'm in. That's worth the risk to me. That is, yeah. We already talked about this one. Cause yeah, I forgot. This looks bitchin', and I think we established, yeah, it moves on earnings. Yeah, count me in on that one. Count me in on this one. That is a perfect setup. Perfect setup. Absolutely. And it only moves on earnings. Is it still risky? Of course. But it's worth my time and money and energy. I'll take that. Obviously, contract prices will be the final deciding factor here. FT, NT. I thought I would buy these pins to be artsy and shit. Yeah, no. Look at that shit. I feel like I'm writing war letters to my honey.
Can you write me one, puppy?
Oh, maybe. Maybe. You have to make sure that you come to the farm though. You have to come pick the berries.
That's a little too far.
$97 and $60 and $95 strikes and $60 strikes would be FT&T's price target strikes that I would be looking at first. We'll look at it now. Everybody pull up their phones or your brokerages or your phone brokerages. FT&T contracts were okay. Earnings is when? May. Okay. Damn, dude. No fucking way. It's about to be May. Oh wait, tomorrow is. What? That's interesting. So what? I don't want to take these now, but I mean, that do look like they might inflate a little bit, but $89 strikes or $90 strikes will probably be what I play on the upside, and then downside. Probably play the $72 strike down. Photonics. What's the ticker on that? COHR. Oh, Jesus, bro. I mean, it's not really much I can say on these, you know. Again, my apparently I had this thing all locked up. This is perfect here, but yeah, when it's at all-time highs, there's virtually, and this is just, you know, I'm always honest with you guys about, you know, the limitations of what I can do, and that's about all I can offer you, which I don't think is solid analysis, you know. So when I'm in all-time high situations, I'm using fibs and I'm measuring what I have underneath me. You know, I'm marking out the boxes that are above and below, and that's what I'm going off of. So can somebody else share the live? How many people are in here? Oh shit. I think Ivy and Alex will be back this week, but what stocks you have faith in for the rest of the month or year? That's a good way to extract a signal. No, I was kidding. Some of them are still on the radar right now, but ELF is always one that I'll be looking at for the rest of the month or year. I think that one's going to give us a decent run. Yeah, if somebody will let We Did It in there, he can restream. COHR is gapping down overnight market. The rest of the market is, man. So, I mean, you know, just look for a gap fill if you're looking to get out. But
Hey Potter, what's your this looking like?
what's my what?
What's them toes doing?
Hey, yo.
No, what's your watch list looking like, bro? I've been missing a few of your.
No, it's CPRT, AMGN, FTNT. Those are all. UPS is still on there, but that's just because I'm still in it. Those are the focuses.
What about AO? Didn't you just short that?
Yeah, that one does look good. I didn't write that one down though. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, we could put that one on the watch list as well. I think that could be a decent low cost play. It's got a good pocket of empty space up there, so it's just about catching an entry on this one. Do you play tracks tonight for
CPRT?
Oh no, I don't do it that way. No. Everything's by hand. Good, honest work. All right, what else do we got here? Boo, let's see your chart. What you got? Okay. Okay, so you know what? You got the right idea with the range. See how you encapsulate. So that's perfect. That's what you're going to want to have in the future. But I do have one thing I want to add to this chart, which is doximidity. What the heck? It's DOCKS. Okay, or CS. Jesus Christ. All right, so 24-hour time frame, right? Check this out. We don't want to leave out structure, right? So first thing, and this is attention to detail, right? We want to focus on what's nearest to us. That you already punched through it, right? So that's obviously good, and we want to be outside of that 2541. This is going to help us navigate as we are still moving forward. We're able to actually say, yes, we are above what sellers control, and then moving down into a lower time frame, we can pretty much notch this up as a range, right? Just as simple as that. It's a range, so there's not much overhead resistance, and then also we could give that one as well its trigger on top of that. So right now, Doc's above 2544, right? And through, I think, I mean, even with you breaking uptrend, I think that this is the majority of the volume. So this should be relatively easy to move through. But yeah, that's how I just focusing on the 24-hour, I would focus on, you know, these marks as well, since they are the most relevant inside of this range, right? Because we have to ask ourselves when we do this analysis, like, what is this actually telling me? And at that point, right, just marking the range out doesn't really tell us much of anything other than we're in range. So how do we navigate that range? We want to zoom in on the structure that we can. So am I playing Tesla earnings this Wednesday? Hell no. No, I'm not, Russ. I very here. I will tell you a special. There's a special climate that Tesla has to be in for me to take it on earnings, and it is special in the sense where price is. In fact, I'll just show you where I took it the last time I took it on earnings. When something doesn't move, it just tells me that it's going to. Right here. I'm sure some people in here might remember this trade because it was absolutely nutty. Price had fallen, giving it a bearish bias and making the upside contracts really cheap. And then it also spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days completely sideways and trapped and basically nothingness. So I actually took it on that setup because the contracts were 25 to 30 bucks up in the 280 to 290 $300 strikes. They were dirt cheap. And when I get into something, if Tesla is inflated, if the contracts outside of the money, 3 strikes are fucking $500, then I'm not taking it. Even if that means that it rips without me and I miss a historical move all the way up to 475, I can't take it. I shouldn't even said that because now you guys are probably thinking there's going to be a historical move all the way to 475, and God forbid that happen because then I would look like an idiot. But no, I mean, in all honesty, it just there are great triggers up above it. I mean, there is something to be said about the 388s being recovered. You know, if you were maybe up at 436 or even just above 416, I might change my mind on that. But yeah, it's not really my cup of tea here. So. Does it matter which strike you pick as long as it goes in your direction? It does matter which strike you pick. Yes, because sometimes that premium is not going to roll over more than 3 strikes outside of the money. So you have to know that. So with Tesla, it was a special case because I know that Tesla will inflate. Let's make this common sense. Something you guys can take with you, okay? How many of you guys know Tesla? How many of you guys seen a Tesla? How many of you guys touched a Tesla? How many times has a Tesla touched you? Now tell you. Now keep that to yourself. Nope, keep that to yourself. I know you in cars. So listen. If you know, this is where I'm making it as simple as I can. If you know about it, if it's Apple, right? If it's Microsoft, those ones when they provide that empty space, or rather not even the empty space, when they give good moves off, where do you think the majority of volume goes on the contracts? To the ones that are the most popular. So Tesla, right, would be one that I can expect that if the premiums $4 to $5 outside of the money are low and it moves any type of way, that those contracts will inflate, 10 to 20 to 30 to 50 strikes outside of the money, which would obviously be what I'm looking for. But they, don't take that too much to obviously there's some stocks like Roku. Everybody has a fucking Roku in their house, but that shit is dead. At least I have a bunch of equity in it, but I just don't, it's dead on the chart for the most part. But you want to know that stock, you could even be more sophisticated with it and you could scan for high open interest. Stocks that just have wide fluctuations of high open interest, which is just another word of saying there's a lot of people. Fuck it. We'll Google it now. I just typed in, trying to type in fluctuation. I typed in gluxulation. What the hell does that mean? About to come up with some weird site. That's that glut. So the ones that you would expect, right? And some you might not actually. NVIDIA. So when NVIDIA gets stupid flat and super choppy, right? Or dips and rips like it did here. Now, I would say I would exclude all of this because it's inside of a monthly range, but this is an example, right, of something that when it's not moving, you're getting rid of a lot of open interest, therefore cheapening the contracts up. We actually saw this. Shout out to Chad. Where's Chatty Chat? There he is, lurking. He pointed out that the contracts were like 30 or I think it was 28 cents per strike for the targets that we were looking at, and NVIDIA was just kind of sitting around. Actually, I take that back. It had popped up but then pulled back. This is where he had obviously pointed out that the contracts were cheap. There was empty space all the way to the upside, which lo and fucking behold, it went up and filled as per usual. And those contracts absolutely screamed. Meta is another one that it's going to die. It's going to chop. And when this is why I, again, I'm not gloating when I say I love my strategy, but like it all ties together. Obviously, I was watching all of this shit, but like Max Pain is something I want to avoid. And if you don't know what Max Pain is where price will sit sideways like this, and the strikes on either side, right, of these ranges. So let's take this one, right? Any strike above this is getting absolutely destroyed every time price wicks, and does nothing. That's what destroy. Then, not to make it even worse, you get one contract. The contracts will then fill back up with IV. You sink it back down 3 days in a row. Contracts are dirt. They're dirt cheap. Same thing to the downside. Right here, downside premium goes up. Bounce 2 consecutive days of rippage. It's got to go. It's got to go up. We actually shorted it right there. We shorted it on that candle close right there. And then again right here. But Max Pain is quite literally what I'm looking for to happen to those contracts that carry high IV. This is a really important part of this process is we know that the price moves through a series of consolidation, contraction, and then consolidation and expansion, or contraction and expansion. And while it does that, it makes my contracts that much cheaper. So Max Pain, the boxes, they go hand in hand, but they also are a huge tool for when you're focused. And I'm not saying that other stocks like that don't carry the high trading volume will pay, but you're going to find wider spreads the further you get out from popularity, if that makes sense. Because the OI, regardless of the move, is not hardly going to go, or is not going to see the greater influx that you would see on NVIDIA, on Tesla, because we are dealing with retail, us, so. Max Payne is Potter's Port every day. That was a good one. You got to try harder than that though, buddy. I'll give you another shot. All right. My issue is selling too quickly. Could have had a 17K week last week. It gets hot in the kitchen, man, and it gets hard to make decisions but that's why, and it sucks because you have to take those positive lessons into the next trades, but those next trades need to look the same. You will take bad lessons with us and have it dictate why we don't take something or why you took profit too early. But then when you experience the pain of selling too soon, you then have to take that, right? Which is, something that we can mold that. You have to take that, I missed this or I sold this too soon. Why? How could was there more empty space? And yeah, most stocks that probably ripped, like you're talking about, had empty space to fuel that move. And so that's where you get back to looking at the chart and you look at AMGN, which is a stock that we're watching now, right? And it's like, if you sell at this wick, that's on you. If you sell at this wick, right, that's good. If you sell here, that's great. And having that, guys, I am only here because of, I swear to God, mantra. Your brain doesn't have time to think if you're chanting. I think that's why motherfuckers chanted back in the day, because then it would take their problems away or something. But like drum circles, chanting. But in my case, right, me just reiterating to myself from point A, or it either works or it doesn't, is how it started. But from point A to point B, point A, point B. That's why I am here. That's why I got into this trade. So what the fuck does the dollar amount have to do with anything? In fact, what was it? Circle? I think that morning price was like up here. And I mentioned how unexcited I was and kind of disappointed that we didn't push up above the wicks. But I wanted to be open in empty space with the wicks underneath us. However, we opened up in the same range, just expanding out in pre-market. Not the same thing. But I mean, in my mind, right, even though it's up, I'm not looking at the fact that I don't look at that dollar amount when the bell opens. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? And why do I do that? Because I'm manipulating myself into not being emotional about something that has nothing to do with the trade that I just took. I'm focused on taking my trades through empty space. That's how I'm successful. That's how I'm here. Because I focus on, and the major leg up for me was repeating over and over, it either works or it doesn't. Because my system is, to me, obviously that good to know that empty space fills rapidly. That's where I need to be. And that's where I need to have the strongest mind, the strongest head, right? Is when the hot seat gets hot and things are actually in motion, because all of this talk right now that we're talking about is all good and it's going to help, but it's in the moment. That's why I want, and we're solidifying the post your charts. Let me see what you're thinking. Because if I know what you're thinking, what you're seeing, where the holes are in that, then when we fill those holes, pause. I swear to God, don't anybody clip that. You're banned. I actually clipped that. Was pretty funny. But if you play it on live, you're banned. Is that Ivy? Perfect. Damn it, Ivy is here. She probably clipped that. Anyway, speaking of fuck, I need to send that to Ivy. I low key sent I know that you were here at some point this week, but I low-key sent Alex's to you. I'm gonna send him yours. You keep that. But I thought that shit was funny. It's like, oh shit.
Hi everyone. Hi Chef. Which one? The last
Yeah,
last
just
one that you
the
sent?
last one. Yeah, I'm sending.
Oh, that's why I'm wondering, because I didn't. We both didn't go to work this week.
Yeah, I had Alex help me with a couple things, but I was gonna pay you guys for
Okay.
the week, so.
Oh, thank you, Chef.
Of course. You guys doing all right?
Me, no, I'm not okay. It's
No.
so hard to fall asleep.
Oh, well,
Like,
give me a, if you need to give me a ring after the live, you can, okay?
yeah, Chef.
You said what? Neil's? Oh no, Neil's not here. He's in Germany, wearing one of those weird little things. Yeah, I got something for you guys too, Ivy. After the stream, I need to send it in there. Need access to voice chat. Let's post this too. On what? The study room chat. Well, just post it in the Sunday charting. Ivy, if well, you don't have to do this now, but tomorrow I want to let the monthly people be able to post their chart in study room, so that way they can't talk, but they can type.
Noted, Chef.
Thank you. I wrote that down too, so if you don't get to it, I can get to it. And if you need more time, it's not a big deal. So, Neil's on a European Zen quest. He is. What's the lore behind Chef? just a joke. I changed my name to Chef Potter Stocks in the Discord. Was that around the time that you were hired, Ivy? I think that might have been why, because then she just kind of picked up on calling me chef, and then other people started calling me, so it was kind of a natural phenomenon. But I'd be cooking, you know, so. Did I just send it to Alex again? No, okay, I did. No, I meant, okay, I sent it to the right person. I'm losing my fucking mind. There's my boy. Bobby, I was wearing your hat today, dude. That thing looks good on me, dude. All right, let's see these other charts, guys. I wanna. It's 9 o'clock. I gotta go say goodnight to the kiddos. Russ, your circle chart's just like mine, man. So same, but different. All right, we did it. This stock and me go way back. If we punch up here and close above cost base for it, we have access to a lot of empty space. Yeah, that'd be the empty space that Kodak fell from. Now, I will say this is a lot of the times a catalyst-based stock. It's important. I mean, you are correct though. You are correct, and it is. Now, I don't know if I would count this as a box. I know that might be. You have that range, like that, and I mean it's there. But I personally would just want to be outside of 1439, and then you might be talking about that range on the left side of it. I made like you Plunger. You remember Kodak? Kodak changed my life. I'll never forget it. No way, dude. I'm like the hair on my arms are standing up right now. I was just looking at these candles because I remember it halting multiple times and I was fucking terrified. It was one of the scariest moments ever in my stock market trading life was up here at the top, and Kodak kept halting. I was up like some ridiculous, I had like close to 90 bands right here and then bam, back down, halt. Oh my God, dude. Oh, butthole. But anyway, all that being said, just be wary of the need for a catalyst on this one. You never forget your first love. That's right. You never do. Russ, what do you got? So I'm gonna right here. Do you see this? Look with me. Right, 1, 2, 3. This is the box. Right, already punched through. This is indistinguishable. Like we can't see that, and that's okay. Right? It's okay that we can't see what that is. That is why we have top-down analysis, right? That's why we do that, so that if we can't see it here, we can see it there. So, in fact, there you go. Right there. That is exactly what it is. I've got my box. I've got the lower time frame box over here to your left. That's what's hard to see, right? So look, no box for everybody. Look, no box. Can't see. But that's okay, and we got to be okay with moving on from that time frame and looking forward, right? So 2 hour, now we can see that box. We can see that price has already punched through it to fill the gap. So everything that you just did, right? All of the levels that you just broke will still be relevant. So step 1, 2130, same area you had to break out from before, right? And not to mention, it's pretty empty as I move down. Okay, yeah, and then look, it's such a beautiful thing here, guys. It all is connected, every single time frame. So do you see how that one green candle is cut in half by that previous resistance? I bet my ass that that's a box, right? Because anytime candles are sideways, doesn't mean we're always marking them out, but we can make the prediction that it's likely a box. And that cost basis, right? This is fire. This is why they call me chef. 2130.
Super fire.
Right? This is how we problem solve. We don't let confusion rest. We attack. What's next? If not, move on. So punch back on the 15-minute is a break over your previous resistance separating you from another small pocket of empty space, another small box at 2150 with its own punchback at 2164, candle close outside of that 2170, and you have a range. Now, there's a good chance that I could probably drop down to the 5. Nope. There's not a good chance. It's over. But hold on. Why is this good? New people.
It fell fast.
That's right. It's sold off fast. And because that wicks down, right? Because that's a wick on a higher time frame, that's empty. So what is this now 5-minute box right here? Right? What is this box doing? This box is separating you from a potential full reversal. So box 1, extremely important. Box 2, finish the run. Now you have a chance to go and actually make it all the way to the top at 22. Hold on. I started talking before I knew the number. 22.22. But because the potential that is held on the 24-hour, there could be more. That's fire. That's fire. Yo, that's hilarious. We're negotiating with Iran. Iran, no, we're not. Traders are like, fuck yeah. So good. That's a great one right there. Let it roll. Let it in, dude.
Let the speculative puts print.
Yeah, dude. I'm okay with it. I'm okay. Cruise lines are impacted by oil. Yeah, they sure are. But that's also listen, the same reason that retail comes to conclusions why something should be short is an opportunity for them to shoot price higher, and then your analysis plays out. So you're only watching the 5-minute closes in that situation. In this situation, yes, great question, Magic. Yes. In this situation, the question becomes, can I navigate it here? No. Can I navigate it here? No. What about here? Not really, right? We still have this overhead resistance, but it's not really doing me any good. What about here? Not really, right? We got price targets underneath us. Okay, cool. Boom, bada bing. We know where we can't go, right? That could be established here. We can't fall underneath 2070, but it's not navigatable. I can't do it. 30-minute. Okay, now I'm starting to see stuff, but it's not enough. Now I have what I need. Now I have a box. Now I have a floor. Now I have something to set a stop loss on. And yes, because this would more than likely be something that happens in the middle of the day, right? We could probably conclude that this is something that could happen in the middle of the day. Then that's where you would be looking for that. Not only where you'd be looking, that's where it has to. I mean, if you think about it, it's not even just my strategy, but it's literally, it has to. You fell back underneath an area that sellers control. And in order for you to get back up, you got to get it through here. So luckily we have a box. Wait, so what about that empty space below? That's sure. Yeah, valid question. What about the empty space below? That's what we have this for, right? These are levels. So right now we wouldn't take the trade. If this was a live market, we would not be taking this trade. If price cannot, right, get through the resistance that's up above it and rock climb, then it will come back down. And that's where we would be looking for the potential bounce. Maybe, right?
Like, can't that be a trade in itself? Like, you reject, you wick off, and then fill the empty space below?
Hell no. Well,
No?
I say that so
Not with
vigorously.
those contracts.
Well, not with those contracts, right? I guess I'm putting too much together in my mind without explaining it first. But like, if you took it from here to here, right, you're taking it from 21.17 to $20.85. You feel me?
2040, like the full empty space.
Well, sure, but here's the thing: do we really think that doesn't bounce with the way that this is moving in here? Do we think that this just butters? Not likely, right? Volume is what stopped it here. So more than likely, volume like this would be. So if it was a trade that you wanted to take all the way down to 2040, then you would have to apply probably if it's tomorrow, sure, because then you could look for that whole empty space and you'd have the contract to do it with. But as you get closer to the end of the week, because why would we wouldn't want to go 2 weeks out of this? That's not worth my time nor my money. You see how it kind of gets difficult with the contract? Now you have to kind of like you have to really problem solve and say, well, I would want something on Monday or Tuesday. And if that did happen, then sure, I could trade that down to this structure at 2030 and then evaluate. I guess for me, I'm looking for the 20. I'm not gonna say for me and for what I'm looking for. I am looking for more, right? Not all empty space is my empty space. And I would say that's also, you know what I'm saying? Like that right there, sure, it's empty, but is it worth it? But then I zoom out and I say, is that worth it? Fuck yeah. Right? That's where price will move the most rapidly and continue. I don't want to deal with bounces and rejections. I mean, my system is literally trying to highlight and make clear.
I mean, our system.
Hold on. There, buddy.
Communism?
A communist.
Of course.
It's not a communist chat. That's crazy. But anyway, yeah, you know, so it's more or less about what's worth my time and energy. And again, I'm trying to simplify everything that I do. So that means that I mean, shoot me. I want to have an easier trade, but I also want a more profitable trade that's going to continue moving in that direction. Hence why the focus on the higher time frame empty space, because that's what I want. Right in here, that's what I want. I don't want the retest, you know what I mean, from like here to there. That's what essentially so like perfect example. I'm trading inside of a range. I'm breaking one but not basically two of my rules. It's not worth it, and I'm not trading in range. I'm trading when you're outside of the range and when you're in an area that lacks resistance on a higher time frame. Therefore, my price. This is how we catch the big ones, and those big ones suffice for the little ones that people are trying to catch all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? The little, and I say that, and not trying to walk on any toes. And I know some of you guys are day traders, and if that's working for you, then keep doing it. But if it's not, then consider my words.
So not all empty space is good empty space then.
Not all empty space is worth it. No.
Okay.
Empty space that you know maybe has already been halfway filled and you know it's just only $1 away. Like, you know, I am looking for the plays that are gonna net me what I'm looking for, you know, but they're the bigger ones that I can put, you know, again, good risk down on. And that's the thing. It's like my system is focused on maximizing, right, these target-based contracts and their worth. And so to veer outside of it and to look down onto a lower time frame means that I can't either find that somewhere else, and so I'm, you know, or I you know, I guess I really don't even have a second one, but there's really just not enough for me to trade it there, you know, so I'll leave it at that. But not all empty space is equal. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I got you.
I'm just trying.
Weekly empty space.
Oh yeah, longer expirations on a weekly empty space trade, but that's good stuff. All right, let's see here. Let me see that chart. Where the chart's at? What are you looking at on high stakes? What's your thoughts on Airbnb? What's your reasoning behind that one? Damn, where'd you find that one, son? Oh, fuck. $12 target off the rip. Ooh, and that's money sauce right there. I love that. And then 1266. What's my strike on Sony? I got 28s. I'll tell you. Oh man, I love opening up my account right now. It's just fucking green, boy. Yum 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 yum. Sony, I got $23 strikes, $28 strikes, 28s for June, and May 1st I got $23 strikes. We're just maxing out here? Yeah. What does flex question mark mean? Oh, was that a flex? Oh, I wasn't trying to flex. No, I didn't mean that. Oh, thank you for all the goats. Photronic. By the way, what the heck are you trying to get me to look at? By the way, you typed Photronic, and I was like, "What? What is that?" Will you stop? Oh my god. SoFi does look good. We went over that one, but it is still very much secure underneath 1762, which is a must reclaim if you want to see continuation of the upside. We actually just went over that. I'll be posting this on YouTube so you guys can watch this back. If Sony moves, yes, Sony. I have about $1,000 position on Sony right now, and if I'm right, I obviously hope I am. If I'm right, then this will, even around 2330, those May 1st contracts will be up, 400 or 500%. So, but if I'm mega right, which is leaning on the weekly, oh boy, look at that boy right there, boy. Oh my God. 2250. That's going to get me up to 25 and maybe up yonder. You know what I mean? But Sony gaps. When it decides look at this right here. Gap up 21. So you hit the floor 21, close at 2185, and kind of engulfing all of that. You end the day at 23, which for Sony, that's a lot. That's a fat gap up. Even here, look at this right there, $25, all gap up 26. So you get like hold, and again for Sony, which has a good delta on those, but like they're good overnight cheap contracts, so you can really keep your fucking risk low. Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. Is Jay Diamond in the chat? Play some LARP music. What's a LARP? What? Oh, my son's using music right now. I don't know which one of you people who are that sounded terrible. Are looking at AO's watch are on my YouTube. There's AO's playlists, which contains a lot of my music, but his playlist, dude, it tickles him to fucking death that 175 people have looked at his watch list. Like that shit, it just gets him. He's like, dude, he's like, what do you think do you think they're listening to it? Like, I don't know, man. Probably. We're going out the wrong speakers right now.
Potty B.
Potty B.
Yes, chef.
Hold on. Like Sunday at Chick-fil-A. The Discord promo for the yearly is, yeah, the yearly is up. Yeah, that's the only one that we have up at the moment. If you stick around, you'll catch the PBS one, but that one, the monthly and the 6-month workshop are off right now. So we're all listening to it, AO. I'll tell. All right, what does that say? Oh, D Train, I know. I can't stop him. What's up, Fox?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, boss?
I don't know why I can't talk on my laptop, but can you take a look at Upstart?
Yeah, you
I
still
posted my chart in the chat.
Okay, let me see that.
Hey, Terrence, you've been chasing Upstart for a minute, huh?
Son, I'm trying to make some money off this thing.
I respect it, brother. I respect it.
Where did you post that thing? Hold on. Oh, I see Lyft. Hold on. Where did you put this one?
Oh, you got to go up a little bit more.
Little bit more? Okay. All right. Feel like I need you. See.
It was at 835.
I see it. CCL.
CCL too. If you want to do that one, I'm with it.
Oh wait, hold on. Did you post two? I only see one. I see CC. Oh,
CCL, Lyft, and Upstart.
Okay, I see. Okay, let me see. So let's look at this one. Okay, that's its own box, right? Oh, okay, so you're marking out that whole range right there. Okay, so yeah,
Do
that
you not recommend that?
yeah, I mean you can. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. You don't want to fall back into it, so I like to mark them out like that too. So yeah, it's fine. I was unsure if you were marking out that box over here to your left, which you had already punched through anyway. But other than just this floor right here, which would also need to be reclaimed, that's it. Yeah, you got the chart looks great.
That little white dot is where I took it. I swung that from
Oh,
Thursday into Friday.
ugh, disgusting, dude. What a beautiful entry, man. Good empty space on the reversal. That's beautiful.
So let me ask a question real quick. As far as execution goes, because this is where I get fried. Why am I echoing like that?
You're
when
listening to, click on the stream that you're watching and mute it. There should be a little mic up in the top, or a little speaker on the top right hand corner. Just mute the stream so you don't hear yourself.
All right, I think that's better. All right, fuck it anyway. My bad, didn't mean to curse. All right, when you're setting your stop loss, right? I'm using Webull and Charles Schwab. So when you're setting your stop loss, how it looks on this chart is not how it looks when you're on the options chart. So I sometimes get stuck not knowing where to place my stop loss in the actual options chart, if that makes sense.
All right, so I can't speak from experience on this because I don't have. I might have the capability, but I don't utilize that capability. So I don't have auto stop losses on, but I can tell you from past experience with myself and other people, that you can, and this is you're treading into interesting waters, but if you can look at the actual options chart itself, you can line that up directly with the chart that you're watching, and you can actually factor in where that premium price would most likely be to set an accurate stop loss. But I can't, outside of that, I really can't advise too much because again, I don't have those, or I don't utilize those capabilities. So, you know,
Do you manually trigger yours?
I do that.
Got you.
But you gotta think, I'm not in all the time. Well, let's also paint this picture. If I'm getting into trades fast, I have hotkeys, so I have a Steam Deck, so like I can hit buy 20, buy 10, and then I can hit sell 10 with my finger. So and that's, listen, hold on a second. I need to take a second. Pull me back in if I get too far out of here. You're my center. If
Pull
you
you
were,
back in, potty.
you know what I'm saying? But oh fuck, I just lost my train of thought. Hey, don't you hate when that happens? You had a great
Stop
I had
loss.
I had
You talking about lining up the chart side by side, the options chart versus the actual stock.
damn, that shit's
You were
gone.
also talking about the hotkeys, Poppy.
Ah, there it is. Thank you. You reeled me in, dude. That's my bait. That's
How do
my
you?
there. Oh my god. All right. So I just imagined you with your hands around my waist and you said that. That's so nice.
My big brown
Um
hand.
so big brown hands is crazy. Anyway, yeah, TikTok is begging me to just sit there like hotkeys. You were talking about hotkeys. Okay, if you want a day trade options, there is a huge line between trading on your phone or even clicking buttons on your brokerage to get in and out of day trades and programming a hotkey to get you in and out, which means that you have to have your trade set up and predetermined and know what contracts you're taking as well in pre-market. But that is the most efficient way to day trade options because you sometimes have to make those fucking split second decisions. And that's where you're on your phone. And listen, I've been there. You're on your phone, your shit gets stopped, right? And you go hit the sell button and the premium keeps dropping. And the premium keeps dropping. And then it bounces and you're like, well, fuck, hold on, maybe I can get back up. And then the premium keeps dropping. and then the premium keeps dropping, and then you can't get out. So I resonate with that, and I know that it's a psychological battle as well of not being able to fucking click in and click out like futures do, right? And that's why futures are really attractive to people, because it is hotkeying in and out. So hotkeys are just pre-programmed buttons to enter and exit a trade before. So you can do buy market, right? Which is typically a lot buy limit, select amount, should be, it's all pre-programmable. And you can listen, don't ask me. I had Manny help me, okay? ChatGPT is somebody in the group told me that that's how they did theirs and it worked just fine, or AI. So ask AI. But Manny's the one who I call with any problems. Somebody's mic is open. Oh, Fly Girl.
On Webull, on the Turbo Trade, Turbo Execution screen, you can actually set a stop loss button. You set it yourself, like 10%, 15%.
Oh, by percentages and stuff. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Bro, you're my inspiration. Are you trolling me right now? I appreciate that. I don't know how to handle those.
Potty B's my inspiration.
Potty B. All right, let me. I'm gonna zoom through these charts really quickly. I gotta go say goodnight to the kiddos. I don't want them to pass out without me. So, all right, Datadog. That's bitchin'. Looks great. Mark out the wick. That wick is at the imbalance right there. But otherwise, that looks great. That actually looks bitchin'. I like that a lot. I like that it lines up with that previous resistance as well. That's a great setup. It's a great chart. Philo, you always bring the heat. So, all right. And let's see, fast market. There you go. Fuck yeah, dude. Also mark out this right here as well, but great chart. Yeah, great chart. I love that. Good candle close. Village Farms International, or whatever the fuck that is.
It's a marijuana thing.
Oh, no no shit. Okay. All right. That kind of looks like it might 350 squeeze on it. It's a 50-cent move, but it's got a butt ton of empty space. What after they get done pumping it, dude, the fucking what trade station? Can you hotkey on your phone? Listen, you know what I think one of the things that helped me so much in the market is understanding that the market didn't care about, I mean, it's the most sociopathic, like if you don't have the materials to get the job done, the tools to get the job done, eat dust. And I think I realized that pretty early on in the game, where I realized that my work schedule directly affected how I should be trading. Where I was trading from directly affected how I should be trading. My emotions are me and Shawty fighting, right? Me and Peyton, we're humans. We get into disagreements and I pout in my corner and she pouts at hers. I don't really pout. I'm a man and I'm really strong emotionally about it. So never me. But that messes, obviously with the person. I'm the operator, so how the fuck am I supposed to get the job done if, my mind is elsewhere? And just understanding that, like, if you can't hop in, I'm getting somewhere with this. If you can't hop in and out of a trade quickly, then are you a scalper? Probably not. You might be borderline a day trader, because even day trading, right? And I know there's some of you guys who got fast fingers. Do your thing. But I've been in those situations where you needed to get out yesterday and the phone is the main, and a lot of people take profit, trim, all that stuff from their phone. And that's good. Again, I'm not saying it's a bad tool, but if you're trying to trade like that, it can't be. So. Alpha male. Yeah. That's right. I wasn't pouting, dude. I'd never pout. Not me. Don't ever say that about me again. I do testosterone donations weekly at the local Salvation Army, dude.
Can you send me some, puppy?
I can't, man. It's actually so potent it can't cross state lines.
Capfill on futures is juicy tonight.
Look at Chad. I love it. Is it gap fill? I figured it was just gonna go fucking try to like grind that gap fill up.
It is. It's grinding right now.
Yeah, I've got
It's
the
about to hit empty space.
26,750 is the next floor up there. What's up, Ross?
Alex was short.
No shot. Chad, dude, you're fucking ready for a YouTube channel, my boy. Chad, ready for a YouTube channel, dude. He said, Alex.
ADT he's already got my name, so I can't.
Okay, mustache. 1,000 aura. How much do I need to start? It's not about how much you need to start, man. With my system, it's not, dude. It's really about your dedication to learning this system and putting that delayed gratification, just understanding that the first 3 to 6 months are grind time. Repetition, remembrance, and exercise. Or as I call it, I just made that up. But you need to be doing it. You need to be actively exercising and developing these tools. And if at that point you can start utilizing very small pieces of cash to start exercising that strategy. So
Poppy, I have a question.
What's up, man?
On Rigetti, I'm looking at the 4 hour, and it looks like it's been like, I want to say it's been holding a little. I was thinking maybe we're looking up to like 2150.
2150. That's not bad, man. Yeah, I think that you already have
weeklies or something.
Yeah, I would say weeklies or 2 weeks is 2 weeks is always applicable to anything. I mean, you can fucking 2 week, just even if you see a day trading opportunity, you can still take 2 weeks. But yeah. So I mean, positive notes here. You're sitting on 1885. You absolutely did bounce. You've broken through all of the structure. You have empty space up to 2162. Now there is some pockets of vulnerability, right, in here and in here. So there's room for runners depending on if you get your signal, which is beautifully right there, right? Some dork out there is going to call it supply. I don't really care. But anyway, so yeah, there is the lower time frame is needed, and you already have what looks to be a pretty solid resistance overhead right there, right? And you got good consolidation as well. So while it might be something that could pull back again, in fact, I kind of see that in its cards. Just a small, hold on one second. Ooh, what that? Sneaky. So it could go and maybe hit 1891. Again, I'll leave it right there for that lower time frame control. But basically, yeah, yeah. You know what? Fuck that. Over the wicks, over 2014. You're looking at that high. I mean, I'm looking to blow past that high, and yeah, go and hit that 2150 and maybe get some extra change out of that. So you use the diamond box? Yeah. Jay Diamond mentored me.
I was just saying weeklies because I was thinking like for the bigger structure up ahead, I was like, oh, it looks like it's a short distance. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe in a week, but yeah, 2 weeks. I'll take 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. I mean, there's, again, when we look at a chart like this, y'all, there's multiple different plans. You could say right now that this is because, okay, so hold on. This is cool. If you are looking at this to go and tap 2375, what did we just see on the lower time frame? Right here. Empty space, right? Zoom it. So we can say, right, with pretty decent certainty that 2150 is a trim target, right? Maybe 22. But if price is moving, which it typically does on Rigetti, we should expect a 2175 trim target to fill up all of that empty space. And see, that's where I don't fuck with it. That right there, I know you're going to pull back. So that automatically, yeah, I'm at 2 weeks. So just to try to get through the box, it'd be 4 weeks. So like if you're looking up here, up to 33 or maybe up to 3050, those would be, you know, months out.
No, I was just looking into like I said, I think it was like 2150. I think that's what we said, or 2160. But 2 weeks, yeah, I think 2 weeks for like maybe 23s should be all right. No.
Yeah, that'd be all right. That'd be all right.
Thank you, Bobby. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
head
got
out.
All right, man. Have
Get
a good
paid
night.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I need to do the same.
Could you repeat the watch list one last time, if you don't mind?
Yeah, AO, CPRT, AMGN, FTNT.
Yeah, have a good night, guys. See ya.
Yeah, you too, boss. Get some good sleep. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Can you check under my bed, please?
I told you you have a captain's bed that you don't even have underneath. It's God, this kid, dude. It's like playing
Yeah,
cards.
I'll see y'all later.
All right, dude, peace. Dude, scared of some shelves. All right, let's see here. Russ, you got another one for me? Okay. Very good. Nice box right there to your left. Good empty space. Split that empty space in half for me if you can. That's usually my first target. Now, those are all solid lines that you've dropped on there. But let's look at it together. So, damn music go.
Get back to work. Thanks, Potter.
Yeah, you
As
too,
always.
man. Yeah, thank you, man. I'll see you tomorrow, dude.
Yep, I'll be there.
All right. So, I mean, this is again, good punchback. I have this old box over here kind of, you know, showing me where that top wick is at. And then from there, right, we're going to go ahead and split that empty space up in half to that green candle. Yeah, so and that'll be a target of 875. So, it's not bad.
Wait, Potter, real quick.
Uh-huh.
When you when you draw that box to separate to draw up the empty space and find the median of it, clock spaces rather.
Uh-huh.
When you're dragging, I know you do it from the top of the resistance up there, but when you're dragging it down, right? Do you
Uh-huh.
drag it down to the end of the candle, to the end of the move, basically where it started to consolidate?
If you don't have any box, yes, but typically you're going to build something, and if you do so let me paint this in two different ways. A lot of the times on some stocks you'll V-shape, right? That's a real thing. On other stocks you'll bounce, kind of like Nike, and you'll build. That's where you'll change that imbalance to the top of the structure when you're dragging it down.
Got you.
Hooked on phonics? Yeah, Kimba. Yeah, you've been saying photonics for like the whole live, brother. And I is that, hold on, that's got to be a ticker, right? Or are you just saying that word because are you like stimming in the chat or something? I'm down with that.
That's that Miss Rachel stuff.
Miss Rachel stuff? Oh, dude, Miss Rachel's, she's lit.
Phonics.
Right. Now, real quick, I'm gonna look a little bit more here. I can see a box that, yeah, empty space right up into here. Okay, I can see what you're putting down here. There's a couple missing pieces, probably a resistance right there, but that's a box right here. And then yeah, that's good solid empty space. And if that's Walmart. Yeah.
Well, the photonics is basically the technology of light, and I think there is a theory that it'll be used instead of copper in all of these data center infrastructure. So one
Gotcha.
of the guy in chat is talking about some ticker that he knows of that's
You might.
leading, whatever, you know.
Thanks for putting that up. That helps a lot. Yeah, photonics, yeah, it's a sector. Okay, cool. Got it. All right. Oh, this is a banger, dude. Little death cab for cutie. Not right now, though. Walmart looks good. Walmart actually looks fucking real good, and we know that Walmart can get it done. Missed my trade on that one. I think you guys probably all saw that or may have felt it too, but wicked us out the first time. But this it looks great up to 128, punch back over 129.21, and then like I was saying, right? You know, that's mostly empty space, but those wicks matter. 129.75, but that's a great setup. It's a great setup. And not to mention, we could probably go to the weekly and Walmart. Ooh, see, this is that top down.
Just gonna tell you that, Potter.
Yeah, like yeah, you flipped it. You flipped that shit, and now you're. Not only did you flip it, but like you've also whipped down multiple times, saving. You know, that's where you really start to flip that tension overhead to that to going up. So it looks good. I miss See Miami. I listen to Trader TV. When you miss See Miami, that's awesome.
Yeah, Potter, I had a quick question.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so Walmart, go to the 24,
Uh-huh.
and you can actually see a channel, right? We have 2 off the top, and then 2 on the bottom, and that's about to be the 3rd tap that we're literally gonna touch. So when we have a channel and it's 2 off the top, 2 off the bottom,
Yeah.
does that 3rd tap usually react the same way,
Yeah.
like breaking? Yeah.
Yeah. Usually that's when I respect the channel waves the same way I do the box
Yeah.
because you know what I look at? Like I think of, and this is probably going to be autistic, but hear me out. Take like a deck of cards. That's a box. Push the deck of cards down and kind of slide into the side. That's a channel. Same box. I literally look at channels that are really well put together as like boxes that are like slanted. So it's like those waves are still important to me, and typically will tip me off to a break in one direction or the other. So, but yeah,
Okay, last question. You know how we're like at 130 that price range?
Mhm.
So I was looking at the 145s and the 150s.
Uh-huh.
They got some people are putting money in that thing.
Are they? I mean that might be where you check
Mhm.
flow. Check flow, and if you got flow going into that, or maybe even quantitative, data, you could yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Anytime, I mean, Walmart's a beast, along with Costco. I mean, it's not supposed to go down for very long, and when it does, it's a buying opportunity. You can go and see for yourself. I mean, literally dump, go right back up. I mean, there's no dumping on Walmart. So seeing a dump like this and then pull back up there, I just assume we're looking at this is just this different
Exactly.
different book, you know what I mean? So can you please explain
What
the
expiration are
tab?
you looking at?
Like a week out, 2 weeks out.
Also stinky.
That is not a signal.
I can't stand Mrs. Rachel anymore. Too many toddlers. What are you watching Miss Rachel for then? That's funny. He said too many toddlers. That's like her whole thing.
Creep alert.
Oh no, I think he was definitely playing a joke. What's up, bro? So real
Chill,
quick with
coach.
the 3 taps, and this is something I encourage everybody to go back. I don't take my word for it. Go see for yourself. But typically inside of an area of consolidation, there is going to be 3 waves, right? 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, and 3, and you break, right? 1, 1, 2, 2, kind of half-ass 3, and then obviously the third one. Oh, I skipped that one actually. No. That was a single run. So that's 1. So that third break is where you actually go up and you ended up getting a beautiful, beautiful signal right here. Look at this, guys. Look at that. Grab the floor, and then look how it behaves when it breaks cost basis. Bam! Fucking explosion. Everybody chases, sideways, kind of grind up, retest, bam! 3 days of rippage. Sideways, bam! 2 days of rippage. They come right back down. Bro thinks Miss Rachel's a baddie. I'm saying I have too many toddlers. Oh, he says he has too many toddlers. Okay, I get that. No, I get that. I was so hyped when AO got into Ben 10, dude, because I was watching Ben 10 when I was a kid, dude. I remember he would leave the room. I would still be like fucking watching Ben 10 with him. Yeah, it was he moved out of that phase. Sesame Street phase.
Bro, you still do that with K-pop Demon Hunter.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Nah, Bluey, dude. I'm telling you, bro. Bluey is listen though, they be hitting you in right in the nerves, dude. Right in the they make a lot of like they make it watchable for adults. Like apparently that was like the whole thing. And it's like, dude, that was so funny. Peyton and my mother-in-law, we had it on at the house, and they're crying at this episode where they like sell the house or they're about to sell the house. It's like the ending hour-long episode, and they're like, they can't even look at the TV. They're turned their backs to the TV because they just couldn't watch it anymore. Because they're like, it's so cute and sad. I'm like, oh my god, hey yo, what the fuck, baby Joker? What?
Hey, no, Caesar made it. Caesar made it.
Caesar.
Bro, that's about.
I'm not gonna lie
week-
though.
By next week, you're gonna look like that.
You said
Gotta
next week.
Jerusalem.
Hey, put me in this right here with my Jerusalem cruisers, dude. And there's some I'm being touched by higher powers. Let's just say that. I might have to change that as my profile picture. If I didn't donate so much testosterone, I'd have a beard like that. But you know, I just don't want people out there. There's a lot of people out there in need. You know. Bluey gets me in the feels. Yeah. Did you see, Steph? Did you see that? What is it called? The Sign, the hour-long episode. That's that one. I watch it and it gets me to it. I watch Bluey just to feel. You know what I mean? After a hard trading
Have you
day.
seen the Sleepy Time episode?
Hell yeah, I've seen that with the fucking. She's dreaming. Yeah, bro.
Daddy, sing me a song.
Oh my god, dude. Can I?
99 problems.
Yeah, dude. It's so good. It's so good. Look at us. We're fans. We're fans.
Hey, Potter, just going back to FTNT, I'm looking at the options and yeah, they're pretty wide. Is it the ones are the ones that you guys were considering? Is like in May 08, like the 92 call, 90. I think it's the 92
So I'm gonna have
calls
to.
or 71.
Yeah, so 72, and then I think I think I said somewhere in the that 90s because the spread gets too bad. We'll reevaluate this as we get closer to earnings. So yeah. Yeah, the K-pop does have some good songs, I ain't gonna lie. It definitely does. Not the sell the house episode. My husband completely cried. That's because they hit you right in the man cry nerve. Where you're trying to make a good decision for your family. Oh.
What you think about Hood? bro?
Potter, IWM's at 273. Oh,
Ho ho ho. 273. What are we just went to my apparently that was that Mario movie good because oh wow, look at that beautiful because I saw terrible reviews on it. Although Rotten Tomatoes, I take that with a grain of salt. Yeah, it's looking good. Okay, look at Zillow on the 24. Yeah, this
All right,
one.
man, take it easy, man.
Yeah, you too. We'll do this one. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here. But real quick, I gotta leave my bias aside because I just have this housing bias, and I need to. Just to show you guys some here's me being vulnerable. I have it in my head that there's no fucking way, and I know damn well that there is. Like I'm yin and yang on this. Like obviously with this sort of pop and a breakback, this is everything that we're looking for. There's empty space. I think on the lower time frame, you have a pit stop at 52, but it looks good. And you can't keep shorting something that's already fucking died like this without it seeing, I mean, you look over here and there's this relief pop. So, yeah, I think it looks good. I think it needs to be outside of 47.36, and then you're looking to clear the wick to 50. So Just watched it with my kids. It wasn't half bad. Well, everybody's jaded nowadays, dude. You show that somebody that Mario movie like 50 years ago, dude, and their head would have exploded. Look, oh my god.
Before you go, can you get NDAQ?
NDAQ. I'm gonna bill you for this, dude. I'm gonna send you a
Alright,
bill.
bro.
You know what to do. Same thing as last time. That makes it sound so bad. Yeah, if you join the Discord, we joke about feet, but it's only jokes. Please don't send pictures of your feet. It all started because I had like 23,000 people on RPAN when Reddit allowed live streaming for a very short period of time. I was one of the same week, or maybe a week before, that Roaring Kitty posted his GameStop analysis. I posted mine in Reddit. And then when the squeezes were happening, I live streamed me trading them. And like it was like 14,000 to like 23,000 people are watching me at one time. And of course, I decided to walk around the spot barefoot. And I was trading in a print shop. Like I had an office that was like basically had like sectioned out. Because I got to trade with my homie and hang out, you know, in between times. But I had my phone and I literally just I had it on the screen, you know, like this. And I just happened to like kind of haphazardly like move it across where my foot was on the ground. And there was, let me see your feet again. Show us again. Show us your toe, dude. And I couldn't tell if it was a joke. So I started like, it wouldn't stop. I was like, all right, so what else are we looking at? And like people like feet. I was like, oh my God, dude, I gotta get off the internet. The reflection off the light of the guitar is killing the aesthetic. Damn, you're right about that, dude.
That's not what I heard. I was told the lore was that you were trading with your feet.
I am able to do, but I've developed special, you know, the socks that have like your toes, the feety. So I put electrodes on the end of those so that I can hotkey in. But that's only when I'm trading more than 3 socks at a time. I have a workshop on that if you're interested.
I'm interested.
Hell yeah.
I didn't know my phone was still open. I just heard feet.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Your toes are always curled in when you trade.
Yeah, man. Good exercise.
Does anybody else hold their breath while they're in a trade? Or is
Get
it
a
just me?
light diffuser to minimize the jarring light. Oh, is that on Amazon?
I only hold my breath when Trump talks.
Light.
I hold my breath when Potter has them diamond earrings on.
Yeah.
I held my breath when I see that mustache.
Hey, listen, I would like to have a beard and just know that I can.
You saw Russ?
So
Go look at Bubble Chat.
I think they sell something on Snapchat for to grow your beard out.
He said I black out when I get into a trade. Oh my God, Russ. Yo, speaking of, and I'm gonna go ahead and go after this. We were I went to this beer store that usually has this Swedish. It's called Rekorderlig. It's great cider. Really, really good cider because it's not super sweet like all the other ones. And so I can't find this beer or this cider for Peyton. So you know what I decided to get her? I feel like some of you guys would guess as soon as I say this. I'm like looking around for something like tasty mixed drink, and I'm like, I see a Cutwater. I've only like, I think I saw one video on Cutwater. I was like, this dude throwing up, but I didn't think anything of it. I don't know anything. Anyway, I buy her the lemon drop martini Cutwaters, and we get out to the pool. You know, I make her a drink and pour in a cup of some ice, and she drinks it, and like, you know, it's a can. It's cute. It's a cute little can. And so she drinks one whole one in maybe like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm about to go back inside, and she's like, make me another drink. She's like, damn, these things are hitting. And I was like, oh, okay, damn, all right, I'll get you another one. So I go inside, get her another one. And as I'm bringing it out, or after I brought it out, I went back in because I forgot my drink. And I picked up the can. I'm like looking at the side. I'm like, holy shit, it's 12%. I was like, dude, she drinks this. It's like a bottle of wine. And I was already kind of tipsy, so I kind of completely forgot about it too. She drank 4 of these. And dead ass, like, was like day ended. It was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, she was done, dude. Like, I haven't seen her like that in a long time. Like, stumbling, ugly driving. I was like, no way, dude. And it, but it felt like, I mean, we approached these cans like you would like any can, right? It can't be that strong. And it's not even as big as a Four Loko. But did you eat it? Oh my god. I didn't see it. No, but yeah. I mean, I drank half of one. I was like, damn, these things, they're this generation's Four Lokos. Cause I don't know what the fuck they got in them, but that shit ain't vodka. That's the equivalent of like 12 beers. Oh my god. Yeah, you.
These are all creepers, man. They're all creepers.
Who?
Those drinks are all like, like.
Oh yeah,
creepers,
yeah.
sooner or
It's
later.
sneak up.
walk you down.
Yeah, I thought he just called me a. He said, "Woo, these guys are some creepers." I thought he was talking about us. I was like, "Damn, this guy just had a random thought." It's like these guys are creepy, actually. He's like, you know what? These feet guys are. I'm done. Anyway, to end this analysis, sorry. Great empty space. 1, 2, 3. I'll set an alert on that one, and it's got earnings coming up, dude. After I bet you they're about to report. Well, I don't know how they move on earnings, but like I guess they move pretty well afterwards. No, they move good on earnings. Yeah, might have to take a look at that one. Check DMs trying to join. All right, let me. I'd love to share a quick report. Wait, what was it? How about, dude? How about tomorrow? Tomorrow, let's do that, man. Because I gotta go say good, dude. My kids are probably passed out already. I feel bad. All right, and my dinner's
See you
cold.
tomorrow morning.
So yeah, all right. Look, you guys. Shoot me. I was gonna finish it with "I love you guys." Damn, you don't start.
Like you started with it.
Yeah, I told I got off the phone with Peyton last week, and then got another phone call from my bank, and I told my banker that I loved her, and I couldn't fucking. I almost could have. If I could have just booped out of existence in that moment, dude. I was like, all right, thank you, love you. I was like, I was like, what? Oh, fucking take the meat. Oh, dude, I just got trapped by my own soundboard. I thought that was somebody else. All right. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the morning. You guys have a wonderful night. Get some rest.
Last question, bro.
I swear to God, dude. I swear to God.
Is that feet on the ring of your profile?
Feet? Yeah, those are above the top.
Okay, bet.
Okay, bet. All right. Anyway, you guys have a great night. I'll see you in the morning. All right. Peace out. All right. Do I have veneers? Nah, these are my teeth. These are my natural teeth. That's a little creepy ass smile. I just caught a little glimpse of myself just then. That was weird. Happy birthday. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right, I'll catch you in the DM. Oh, I got my teeth done. I got implants done because when I got in jail, or when I went to jail when I was 19, second weekend I got my cell raided by about 4 or 5 dudes. It's not what you're thinking. And they busted my fucking back teeth out trying to rob me. So I got implants on my back teeth. Yeah. That's what happened. I was in, if you're just watching, I was in jail for a joint that I was driving in the backwoods of Georgia, and I got pulled over for a doober. All right, TikTok, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.